Lesson 6, Unit 6, Learning Principles. Learning in an organization is described as a continuous dynamic process of investigation where the key elements are experience, knowledge, access, and relevance. It requires a culture of inquiry and investigation rather than one of response and reporting. Making learning a core part of an organization's culture is difficult and requires considerable effort, resources, and time, but once achieved, the benefits are significant. One critical factor that allows organizations to embrace a learning culture is their predisposition to learning. What makes an organization or a project being effective at learning? Organizations that are effective at learning exhibit a series of behaviors and practices that create a positive learning environment. There are about 10 principles that organizations seeking to achieve a learning culture should aim to follow. Organization leaders and project managers can use these principles to create an environment that is conducive of training. The first principle, leaders support learning. From the top of the organization, senior executives and project managers send a common message that continuous learning is valued from all in the organization. Learning can happen in many different ways, through formal, face-to-face and online instruction, formal and informal on-the-job activities, and even social interactions. Leaders support this message with concrete actions and consider learning as a key strategic value of the organization. The second principle, project managers take responsibility for team learning. Project managers encourage team members to acquire new knowledge and skills and develop competencies to make themselves more valuable to the organization. Project managers also provide their team members with opportunities to learn, practice what they learn, and apply the learning in the project. Project managers hold team members accountable for learning and hold themselves accountable for developing their teams. The third principle, the organization hires and promotes learners. When looking for new hires, project managers look for people who are self-motivated learners, who are always seeking opportunities to acquire new knowledge and skills, learn from their successes and failures, take risks for the purpose of learning, and continue to develop themselves. The organization has in place processes that promote employees who demonstrate initiative in learning and growing. The fourth principle, learning is aligned with results. Team members and project managers can clearly see how acquiring specific knowledge and skills will contribute to the success of the project. It is not learning for learning's sake, but learning because that is what will help the project achieve its goals. Fifth principle, people have a learning mindset. Everybody believes that they can learn and grow within the organization. Project managers are actively giving team members the opportunity to acquire new knowledge and skills. They believe that nobody is fixed in their abilities, that every person is able to enhance their competencies and improve their performance. Sixth principle, organizational structure facilitates learning. Project information flows freely throughout the organization. Team members feel free to communicate with each other and with members of other projects. They provide assistance and peer coaching to each other as needed. Team members are connected across projects and actively share successes, failures, and lessons learned. Principle 7. Knowledge management contributes to learning. Information is stored in an easily accessible place that can be used by all team members to acquire new knowledge that they need to be successful in their work. Successes and failures are described in a way so that anyone can find what they need to know. Team members can get information they need when they need it to improve the performance of the project. Team members are constantly creating, identifying, collecting, organizing, sharing, adapting, and using information to help the project and the organization become smarter. Principle 8. Team members take risks and experiment. Project managers nurture this behavior by recognizing the effort and the learning even if the results are unsatisfactory. Team members are not punished for trying something new. On the contrary, this kind of behavior is encouraged. Failures as well as successes are treated as opportunities for learning. Principle 9. Learning is rewarded. When team members acquire new knowledge and skills, this is recognized and celebrated. When new learning is applied and contributes to improving the performance of the project, team members are rewarded. This in turn reinforces and motivates people to continue finding opportunities to learn and use the new knowledge. Principle 10. Everyone is reflective. Leaders, project managers, team members, and other stakeholders take every opportunity to learn. Projects have after-action reviews. Lessons are captured and immediately shared with the intention of learning and improving current and future projects. Every significant action is viewed as an opportunity for learning. People are continually reflecting on what they can learn from what they are doing and what was achieved. These learning principles describe the behaviors, policies, and procedures that must exist for an organization to embrace a culture of learning. When these principles exist in the culture, an organization is predisposed to individual, team, and whole organizational learning. With that learning comes an increased likelihood that the performance will improve and the development goals will be achieved.